Hi everyone, I'm Kirsti Gwynn and I'm the founder of PositiveEQ. And I help caring, ambitious people to overcome fear so they can believe in themselves and feel deeply content with who they are and what they're achieving. Today we're talking about fear of the future and specifically the anxiety that often comes with this time of year. Now, there are a lot of people who feel really motivated come the 1st of January and indeed probably the whole month and hopefully throughout the year. And they have some grand plans about the things that they want to do, and they are genuinely really excited for all of that. But then there are a lot of other people who instead feel a sense of crushing anxiety as they start the year. And maybe that's you. Maybe you're worrying about the future and what might happen if you don't achieve your goals. Maybe you're feeling afraid to take the risks that you know you need to take to get the things that you want to get. Or maybe all you can see is this kind of big goal that you want to achieve, or many big goals that you want to achieve. But the steps of actually getting there are not that clear, or perhaps they're scary. And you're wondering, what if I can't find the courage to actually go out and do those things? So maybe you've been feeling anxious in general over this period. Maybe something's already gone wrong this year that's shaken you a bit. Or maybe you found that you've already slipped on your New Year's resolutions. Whatever it is, I want to say that it's totally okay and it's totally normal that you're feeling this way. Personally, I usually don't feel a huge boost of motivation at this time of year. I experience a lot of anxiety come January. And so I felt like if I feel like that, then there must be other people who do too. And I really wanted to share with you what I do to actually manage that anxiety and often to make it completely go away. So it's going to be a two-part live stream. I'm going to be sharing the first tip today, and then in an upcoming second part, I'm going to be talking about another thing that you can do, because anxiety is generally a pretty big topic, right? And there's a lot that we need to understand about it in order to manage it correctly. Or what I mean by correctly is effectively, right? We just want to see a big change. Nobody wants to feel that horrible weight on your chest that anxiety often brings, or that pit in your stomach kind of thing. So let's first take a look at why you might be feeling anxious now. And the thing is that this time of year usually causes us to reevaluate where we are in our lives and what we've achieved or are achieving. And when we're evaluating, we need to do this against some standard. So essentially, we are comparing ourselves to what we feel we should have done or should be doing. And maybe this pressure comes from society, and maybe you're saying, hey, look what she's done, or look what he's done, and why haven't I done that? I'm not keeping up. Social media has made our ability to compare ourselves to others, it's right on our doorstep. We can do it, open Facebook, open anything, and we get this insight into other people's lives that we wouldn't ordinarily have. We also see only their probably best achievements. Most people only post the best parts of their lives. It's kind of a highlights reel. And we see that standard and we say, hey, everyone seems like they're ahead of me. Everyone seems like they're doing better than me. And we compare ourselves against that standard. Something that is so indicative of this whole notion is the trend of adulting, right? And everyone always hashtags adulting. And I know that I've made a lot of jokes about that too, but it's really a sign to me that a lot of us feel like we aren't grown up enough, or we aren't keeping up with the standard of where we should be. And so that pressure, it's immense, right? And it's always around us. And particularly at this time, if you are someone who's feeling anxious, everywhere that you go, people are talking about their exciting goals, and the people who are feeling really motivated are sharing that joy. And if you're not feeling it, it can feel really daunting and overwhelming to say, okay, everyone else has these grand plans, or, what if I don't have a better year? What if I don't manage to achieve everything that I want to achieve? And I just want to be clear, when I say achieve, I don't just mean work-related. I mean that we have lots of things that we want in our lives, relationships too, right? Socially, there are going to be lots of things that you want to get. be it a romantic relationship or better friendships. If it's that you want people to treat you better this year, and if you want to treat yourself better this year, have more me time. And also, then obviously there are the work goals, and there are things that, you might want to give back, more meaning goals. I'm talking about it all, anything that you want for this year. That pressure then comes from society, but it also comes from yourself in some ways. So if you are an ambitious person, which you probably are if you're watching this video, you have an idea in your head of what you want, and often by when. So you might have kind of a timeline in your head of, I need to have X, Y, Z by this time, and I want to have achieved all of those things. And we tend to compare our lives and where we are against that all the time. Now, if you feel that you're not able to match that idea of where you should be, you're going to feel pretty anxious. You're going to have a lot of negative thoughts about your success. You might be self-critical. You might say, okay, well, what's wrong with me? Why am I not where I should be, right? You might find that you're thinking a lot of negative, hopeless what ifs. So what if I don't catch up this year? What if I don't get where I want to get to? What if I am not able to find the courage to take the risks I need to take or to pursue my dreams? What if I meet an obstacle along the way that knocks me off course? Right? We can kind of get into a cycle of worry like this, and just really causes a lot of anxiety in us. And it's self-perpetuating, isn't it? Because then we have these thoughts, it causes anxiety, and the anxiety just causes more of these negative thoughts. And what you want is to feel calm, right, and confident that you can get to where you want to be. You want to be able to have positive thoughts about the year, to say to yourself, I can do this, right, and to really feel that. The emotion that you might really be looking for is actually hope. And that's really a feeling. It's a deep belief. I believe that things could work out this year. And if we want to go to the best end of the spectrum, I believe that things will work out this year. But most of us, we just want to move initially to that first grounded step of, hey, I'm open to things working out. Because so often we strongly believe that things won't work out. And what we want to start doing with this live series is to just become open to the fact that actually they could. Right? You could achieve everything this year that you want to achieve. Or you could not, but you could still be happy. And you could meet obstacles, yes, but you could also overcome them really well, and you could learn a lot and grow from them, and they could be a blessing in disguise. So it's this hopefulness and this sense of peace about, I can handle what's going to come my way, and I'm still going to be able to be achieving what I want to achieve, and I'm still going to be able to feel content with who I am and what I'm achieving and what I've already achieved, right? To give yourself credit for that as well. So the first tip that I want to give you in today's live is on self-acceptance. So underlying that anxiety is comparison. Your comparison to where, you think you should be in relation to everyone else. So if everyone else has certain things, always comparing yourself to that and saying, I'm not as good. I'm not there. And then secondly, to compare yourself to your own kind of standard of what you should have, and always saying, I'm not where I thought I would be, I'm not where I wanted to be. And so that comparison the whole time is going to make you feel really anxious, because it's breaking down your sense of hope, and it's breaking down your self-belief. And the signal that I want you to look for is any time that you hear yourself say should, that's a sign that you're allowing pressure into your life. I should be doing this. I should be here. I should feel motivated. Sometimes we even do that. I should feel motivated at this time of year. Everyone else is feeling motivated. Why don't I? Anytime that you hear yourself say should, I want you to notice, hey, that's a sign that firstly, I'm allowing pressure into my life. And secondly, I'm criticizing where I am, what I've achieved, and my own ability to achieve everything I want. And I'm breaking down my self-belief. And now, I don't want you to then jump into the cycle of, I shouldn't be thinking should, right? So don't take it a step further and be self-critical about that too. But just to notice, hey, that's comparison that I'm doing. You know, they say comparison is the thief of joy, and it's so true. So just to notice that with self-compassion, openly say, I hear myself saying should a lot, whether it's in my head or it's to others. I hear myself saying should. And what can we do instead? I want you to swap out I should with I want to. Okay? So this year, I should work harder. This year, I want to work harder. This year, I must get into a relationship. I want to get into a relationship, right? This is more vulnerable to admit these things, right? But the minute that you take it into desire and you rather say, this is what I want. I'm not doing this because of some external force. I'm doing this because I'm pulled forward by what I actually want from my life, what I desire for my life. That's much stronger. And you're going to notice then that if you can't replace your I should with an I want, then it may not even necessarily be your goal. That might be some external expectations, some external pressure that you've gotten from social media or just television or growing up as a human being in this world, right? There's specific things that we all know we're meant to do. We're meant to, grow up, get a great job, and our generation's meant to have a job that we're super passionate about and we absolutely love, right? So we're meant to have a job we're passionate about, we're meant to fall in love, we're meant to get married. All of those are kind of external pressures. And if you can't swap out your I should with an I want, you need to reevaluate whether that's really a goal of yours. And if it's not really a goal of yours, then it's okay to let it go and rather focus your energy on what you want from your life. So the second thing that you want to tell yourself in order to bring more self-compassion in is just to say, this is my life and I'm on my journey and I'm in exactly the right place. So if you're saying I should be further by now, I'm a certain age and I should have done all these things, and then you swap that out and you say I want to do all these things, and maybe you still feel like, oh, I want them, I haven't got them. So we've taken it one step. After that, to just be gentle with yourself and to remember that this is the time when you really want to just come back, ground yourself in the present moment. You don't want to live in the future the whole time, but dreaming of what we wish we had. Rather ground yourself in the present moment and say, this is my life. It's no one else's life. It's my life and it's my journey. And I'm in exactly the right place on my journey. If you need help with what to kind of say to yourself to be self-compassionate, you can think about what a friend would say to you. And that's the way that you want to talk to yourself. So kind of let yourself live your own journey on your own timeline rather than following standards that are set externally or that are caused by external influences, right? So to really take yourself back and say, I'm in exactly the right place for my own life, and I'm just going to take it one step at a time. So today and for this week, I want you to just focus on being self-compassionate, to kind of notice firstly when you're saying I should do something, and notice that's pressure, that's expectation that you're putting on yourself, to see if you can swap it out for an I want that, and just acknowledge it as a desire of yours, just to put that desire out, right, rather than putting it out as pressure. And then thirdly, to just say to yourself, I'm in exactly the right place, this is my journey, this is my life. Now, next week, we'll be continuing with this topic, and we'll be talking about how to find the courage for your New Year's resolutions. So a lot of anxiety also comes from that fear of believing in yourself and can I actually achieve the goals that I do want? So we're going to be continuing with that next week. But for now, focus on self-compassion. We know from research that self-compassionate people actually function a lot better and they get more out of themselves because there's not so much negative emotion limiting you. So to just focus on being gentle, and next week we'll move on to finding courage. So thank you so much for watching. I would love to see you in the Genuinely Happy group to continue this conversation. If you'd like to join, you can join in the link above. Also remember that just for this week, the last booking will be on Friday. I have a few coaching spots open and I'm giving away 2-for-1 coaching packages. So any amount of sessions that you buy, as long as they're used up before June, then you don't have to start them right away, but everything is 2 for 1. So if you're interested in that, just pop me an email at info@positiveeq.com. You can also find the link on the positiveeq.com website. And I'd love to chat to you and hear your thoughts on how you deal with the pressure and bring in more self-compassion. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic week filled with lots of self-kindness, self-acceptance, and that you feel that you're free to kind of live this year on your own definition of success. Have a wonderful day.